What's up, guys? I just wanted to talk to you today about a little bit of a rant, actually, that I have regarding the way everyone's losing their minds about the Ecoboost Mustang and the way the engines are blowing up. I just wanted to temper everyone's, I guess, freak-out-ism, if you will. The Ecoboost Mustang platform is a new platform, yes, but the Ecoboosts that are blowing up are usually blowing up, and from what I've been reading and what I've been understanding, a lot of it's been blowing up due to a few factors, and I'm going to list them here, and then hopefully you're watching this, your Ecoboost hasn't blown up. I don't think mine will, especially if you take these precautions. One misconception is that every Ecoboost that's tuned is going to blow up. That's not correct, because most of the Ecoboosts that are blowing up are not tuned. A lot of them happen to be issues with the initial engines that came out that were built in probably 2014. Something along the lines of some issues with cylinder 3. Secondly, if you're going to get your car tuned, your Ecoboost, don't get it tuned with a chip that plugs in and is running boost at like 27 PSI. What do you expect? Of course it's going to blow. That's just a ridiculous amount of boost. Also, the main thing about the way these cars operate is do not, I don't want to call anybody an idiot, but downshift. Do not full throttle your car in 6th gear. It's silly. I mean, automatic guys might not have this problem because the transmissions account for this, but if you have a manual shifter, I'm on the highway a lot. I never give full throttle in 6. I always downshift. Plus, it's fun. Downshift. It's a great. That's why you buy a stick shift, a manual 6-speed, and so you can downshift. Just do yourself a favor and don't full throttle in 6. It's just asking for problems. Another thing is, make sure you change your oil. Change your oil routinely. Change your spark plugs routinely. Just general car maintenance. Cars, especially new platform, are gonna have their gremlins. Are gonna have their issues. The cars that have blown up, if you will, they're unfortunate, but a lot of the times what's happening is it's a combination of driver error and also just some, I wouldn't say just bad luck, but certain cars that came out, I remember when the GTR came out, they were saying don't mod them, the transmissions blew, all that kind of stuff. These are things that are going to work themselves out, and I don't want to dissuade people from getting an Ecoboost. I am in love with the Ecoboost Mustang. I'm excited to keep modding it, to keep driving it, to see where it goes, but we can't have knee-jerk reactions to a few cars that have blown up. You won't see on Mustang G6, you won't see 5.0 or V6 stuff about them blowing up because, first of all, they're not really reported because those engines are older, so the gremlins haven't worked out. Also, on top of that, the engines that have been blowing up on the Ecoboost Mustang, like I said, they're either horrible tunes, they're shifting, they're not downshifting, they're not taking care of regular maintenance, or just a matter of bad luck or a certain amount of initial engine builds in 2014 that were done that need to be fixed. If the engines were blowing up that routinely, I'm pretty sure you'll see some kind of service bulletin or recall that was done by Ford, which hasn't been done. And from what I've been reviewing, most of the engines that have been blown up have been covered by Ford, has been replacing them. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I also wanted to point out my car in particular, as you may or may not know, has a Cobb access port and is Pro Tuned by Adam Plus. The car runs great. I have the spark plugs, the tune, the cold air intake, and the muffler deletes. I still want to get an intercooler because it's just good for the engine overall with heat soak and maintaining the temperatures. Whenever you mod a car, whenever you change what way it comes to the factory, yes, you're running the risk of obviously voiding the warranty or blowing the engine up. But because a handful of Mustang Ecoboosts have kicked the can, if you will, it doesn't mean that your Ecoboost has to be traded in. You got to sell your parts. You got to go trade it in for a GT. We just can't have a knee-jerk reaction to it. My car has 16,000 miles on it. I got it at 0 miles in March of last year. It does not have any issues. Now, I'm not saying it won't, and it's been tuned for about 3,000 miles now. But what I'm saying is, Everyone's got to stop losing their minds. I'm a little bit ranty right now. I'm not usually like this, but the EcoBoost gets enough hate as it is because of the way it sounds, and it's not a real Mustang and all kind of stuff. But now this whole thing about these cars blow up and they're not reliable, it's kind of like a conspiracy theory. These cars are making like 600 horsepower. I saw on the latest G6 forum, and they're like running 9s and 10s on the daily as a daily driver. That's disgusting. There's some weird thing going on. This car is great. Don't let it dissuade you if you're gonna get one, if that's what you want. And yes, this car will continue to be hated on because it's an underdog, and it's not normal. It's different. You know, it pushes the envelope, and that's what I love about this car. It's just crazy to me that this car is so polarizing, and it's so amazing to me that the parts to make this go fast are so easy. I mean, almost anybody can put them in and install them. You got to have the patience or time. This is my rant for the day. Remember, the cars that are blowing up are usually not handled responsibly. They're not being taken care of. They're not having the maintenance to be done. They're being tuned horribly. They're using shoddy parts, and people are just not taking care the way they should. So I just wanted to voice my opinion into the EcoBoost community that it hasn't dissuaded me that the EcoBoost is going to blow up. I know certain other people on YouTube who have EcoBoosts are waiting for the value to, I think Super WRX Fans is one of them, who says, you know, I'm going to wait and trade it. That's fine, to each their own opinion, but what I'm just representing the EcoBoost community here is this the best is yet to come with this platform. Ford is just huge on this EcoBoost, and the Mustang is their best-selling sports car, and they have it in there. You know, the Focus RS is coming out. The Ford GT supercar has the EcoBoost. They're not giving up on this. So who knows what's coming out with the GT 500? But what I'm saying is, it's here to stay. Don't freak out. Enjoy your EcoBoost. Don't try to sell it immediately because you're scared of it blowing up. Cars, guess what? If you launch your car, it's probably going to blow up anyways if you act like an idiot with it. You got to maintain everything. It's a machine. It's not perfect. But from what I've seen, I've tried to be responsible with who I got to tune my car by going with Adam Tune. You know, just be responsible and make good decisions. Again, I don't mean to be so ranty and ravey, but every forum I'm a part of, every Facebook group I'm in, people are just, you know, losing their minds or just want to get rid of their EcoBoost. I'm keeping mine just because of it. And hey, if it blows up, I'll be here on the site on this channel with you talking about it. But I do what I have to do. I try to take care of it, and if it blows up, so be it. That's why we fix things. But it's just me ranting a little bit. The EcoBoost Mustang is in my opinion here to stay. It's not a 2 to 3 year only vehicle like the SVO was. It's here to stay. It's turning heads. It's beating cars it shouldn't, and there's just more to come. So stay tuned for what I have planned for the car. Leave me some comments and feedback about what you think. If you hate the EcoBoost or whatever, or you think it's going to blow up on you, let me know. But I really am intrigued by the EcoBoost and this platform and how polarizing it is, and how much of a conversation starter it is for both positive and negative. All right, peace.